Why EPCs don't want to work with you if you're brand new to solar. Hey, welcome guys back to another solar video on the best channel on the planet when it comes to solar. My name is Ivan and I help people start and grow an extremely profitable remote solar business from scratch in less than 30 days and achieve location independence. Now, what made me inspired to make this video? I had a conversation with one of my clients and I never thought of that. I want to talk about in length in this video, and I want to explain to you why I felt the urge to make that video. First of all, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video so we can beat the algo. This video is geared towards people that are looking to either make the switch or get into solar and start their own business selling over the phone and achieving location independence and build a team and a whole company around that. Now, my whole concept of this business model, I explained in the free webinar below that you can check out, first link in the description. But the entire business model is basically based around you going out there and getting a relationship with an installer or an EPC that can install all your deals, so you can just do the selling and you can just worry about pumping deal through that installer. Now, a lot of the new guys that come in, they want to get set up with new installers, and that's what we show them how to do. They can either go through us or they can get set up with their own installer, which I encourage them to do, because a lot of people are like, well, Ivan, you teach people how to be their own boss. And we do that because I like 100% transparency in the process. So if you want to get set up quickly and you don't want to worry about getting set up, yeah, sure, they can go with us. But if you want to get set up and build a relationship with that installer right off the bat without having even sold one deal, you can also do that. And that's why I explain it in the training. Anyway, the premise of this business model is you going out there, getting a relationship with an EPC, with an installer, and having a backup of that installer. So multiple relationships, ideally. You don't want to be backed up with just one, and that could cost you deals like it did to us. We made that mistake in the past, and that's why we're never going to do that again. And so the real reason why EPCs don't want to work with new guys, because first of all, they don't understand the lingo, and even more than that, they don't understand a lot of how the process works. And so imagine they have appointed 3 guys to deal with all of the dealers that they're working with, and those are the points of contact, or even one person. Imagine that's one individual that is taking care of all their dealers. They're basically the point of contact for that installer. And imagine that individual is taking care of 20 dealers, and a new guy comes along, and all of these dealers are doing fine. Some of them are doing 10 deals, some of them are doing 50 deals. It doesn't matter, big or small, they're already set up, they know what they're doing. It's not really a deal breaker if a newbie comes in and they only do a deal or 2 a month, because the level of communication, if they have to talk to one extra person, is the same if the new guy understands the entire process. Now, what happens is installers want to focus on installing, growing their installation crews, growing into multiple areas. That's what they care about. Of course, communication is up there, but it's really secondary, and they understand that's important, but they also understand the sales companies can do that for them. And so they're like, okay, we already make our profit, we don't need to deal with newbies because that's a lot of headache on our end. You can just take care of those. So what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of sub installers that are underneath the installer. They're also a dealer, but they're a point of contact between the installer and the actual sales rep, because a lot of these people are going to be brand new. Everyone starts somewhere, right? And they have a lot more resources invested into communication and making sure that everything is good. And so the installer much rather talk to one individual and that individual talk to 50 other companies than the installer worrying about communicating with 50 guys. Every single one of these people is at a different stage of the game, and it just is a whole lot of mess. They just want to keep it simple, and they just want to focus on growing their install crews, growing their installs, and making sure everything runs smooth, and that's the end of that. Now, a lot of the times it could be better if you sign up with a company that is also a dealer. They call master dealers, and so that master dealer is the point of contact between obviously a lot of reps and other small orgs and the install. Because they're a master dealer, cumulatively, they're able to get a lower red line with that installer than you as a new individual in solar going direct with the installer, if that makes sense. Basically, in layman terms, what that means is you're going to be more profitable if you go with a master dealer than going direct to the install. A lot of the times, what I'm trying to say is that it's not more profitable to go direct to the installer. You could earn more by going to a master dealer. And that's the point of this video, guys. Just because you're not talking directly to the installer, that shouldn't scare you. A lot of these companies that you see online aren't the actual installers. There's a lot of companies that are master dealers and they're projecting themselves as an installer, which they're not. A lot of companies have other install company that basically deal with their installs, and it's not actually them doing the installs. So that shouldn't scare you. Getting with a master dealer could be positive, not a negative. So the good thing about this situation is that they'll be able to make money off of you a little bit, and you'll be able to save money on every single deal, especially at the beginning, if you go through that master dealer as opposed to going direct to the installer. So I hope all this makes sense, that it's not all over the place, but I'm sure it does. Now, if you have any other questions about this specific business model or anything related to solar, please post them down below, and if it's a good question, I actually make a video for it. That is why EPCs don't want to work with newbies. Nothing wrong with being a newbie. You just have to understand that that's how the game works, and there's nothing to be mad about. That's just how it is, and you have to come to terms with that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't care who I send my deals to. We just want to get paid at the end of the day. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up so we beat the YouTube algo. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and check out the rest of the videos on the channel. I have a lot of videos about different topics on solar I'm sure you're gonna love, so go check them out. If you want to know how to start and scale your very own remote solar business selling over the phone, check out the first link in the description below and let me know how you like it. Anyway, that's the end of that. I love you, appreciate you, and I'll see you again in the next video.